Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're back in the Minecraft world, and for this episode we're just going to be kind of getting some trees for the upcoming project for the village over in the savanna biome. It requires a lot of wood, but I figured that I would take this time to just kind of talk about my whereabouts for the past month while we gather some trees. Now, I got a few interesting stories, one again involving police. Not much of a role model recently, but I would just like to say some stories because I didn't really have any idea to talk. I've been absent from YouTube for a little bit now, so I was like, kind of need to make a comeback on here, but I just have not had anything to do. So I have been out for the last 2 weeks. Like, I just am not home anymore. So I have been out for the last probably month or two. You saw me do a live stream once, and then that was like the last of it. So, you know, not much has really been going on with that. Just going out at night, hanging out with friends, and doing some fun shit, you know? Doing the stuff I love, like doing the stuff that you gotta live for. But I got a couple of funny stories from it though, so I just want to say something while I'm like cutting trees, because, you know, I'm not like getting into any trouble for it right now, but yeah, some funny stories. So I'll tell the one about yesterday. So yesterday it was, or I guess now that I'm recording it, yesterday it was the 4th of July. So obviously, you know, 4th of July, funny business is going on fucking everywhere. Like, it's the 4th of fucking July. Like, you can't expect anyone to be doing something not stupid. So, you know, I'm hanging out with a bunch of friends. We're like doing some silly shit. Before then, a built Miata comes by, which is, if you don't know what a Miata is, it's kind of like a tiny little funny red car. But it's just drifting around. It's doing little donuts and shit, doing like silly business as usual. For us, we had different plans. Let's jump into it. We got on the back of my car, and we were just kind of driving around the road. And this was actually probably one of my first ever experiences with like what you would call a Karen. So we're driving around and like they're hanging on the back of my car. You know, we're having fucking fun. Who gives a shit at this point? I mean, like, yeah, we were on public roads, but no one was on those roads. So we're just doing our thing. We're going, living our lives, having a good fucking time while we're doing it. And then we see a police car pull up and we're done. And we're like, oh shit, police are just passing through here. But then they stop next to my car. And they turn on their fucking lights. I'm like, uh-oh. So I'm already standing at my car, and I had recently just had my fucking tire caps either stolen or something. I don't know. We went to go get food and then came back and they were gone. So I have a sneaking suspicion somebody took my fucking tire caps. Why would you take tire caps? I don't know, but now I have a low tire pressure light on my car, so gotta get that fixed or something. I just made sure that the lug nuts were all good after that. But cop pulls up next to my car. I'm like, oh, fucking great. It's been like a month since I had my last interaction with a cop. This is gonna go real good. So he comes out of the car and he's standing there and he's like looking around for a second. And then this woman who looks like she's got fucking spaghetti noodles for hair. She's got singular pieces of string that are each strung together and just glued onto the top of her head. She says, I got some videos right here if you want to see. And at this point I know, I'm like, oh my fucking god, you cannot be serious. This fucking woman took videos of me and my friends just kind of going down the road on my car. And like she's talking to the cop and she's like, I don't want them doing this next to my kids. Like, they really shouldn't be doing this next to kids. We weren't next to kids, I would like to mention. This was kind of like a desolate area. Like, we chilled out. We chilled out when people started like coming by, because like we don't want to put people in fucking danger. Like, obviously we don't give a shit about like ourselves. We're just having a good time, but it's like we don't want to fucking put other people in danger. So we chilled out when other people came by. But we were staying there and she's showing the cop the videos. And it's like, great. Fucking great. 4th of July, after my parents told me, just don't get arrested. Great. I mean, I at that point, like, from the start, I knew we probably weren't going to get arrested since, let's be real, cops have got way more to deal with than fucking kids hanging on the back of a car. So a cop comes over to us then after he's done watching the videos, and he just, you know, does the regular, ask me for my ID. I tell him I got my wallet in the car, let me unlock it real quick. He's like, alright, go for it. I'm like, alright, there it goes, my ID. He asks my friends for their ID. I'll give him the IDs. He's like, alright, let me just radio these in. So he gets the names, writes us down. It's like, okay, this is like normal, this is routine. I don't really expect much of it. It's the 4th of July. We're fucking dumb. We're dumb fucking adult, just doing like shit. Yeah. So, and he goes back to his car, just putting in information. And we were with a decent group of friends, like a decently big sized group of friends. So it took a lot longer than we thought, and that was mainly because I think they were getting stories from both sides. I was just like, I took that role. I'm like, just don't say anything. This is like on me, because I was the one driving. I'm like, you don't have to say anything. This is on me. Let me just talk. So he comes over, and like I can tell he's like a little bit annoyed, probably because like the woman called about fucking young adults on the back of a fucking car. So he comes over to me and he's asking about the story, and he's like, I'm just like, you know, you've already seen the videos. I'm gonna be completely real with you. We're just going down the road. Friends are hanging on the back of the car, doing silly shit. 4th of July. You know, your kid wants, you do stupid stuff. Learn from the mistake, and then you're on. And he's like, yeah, I get that. I shit, like, this dude was probably the coolest cop I've ever interacted with, like, actually. He was just, like, he was so down to earth, too, which I liked. Like, he understood. And, like, this is the funny thing. So, when we're all, like, standing over by the car, because he told everyone to come near the car then. Probably just to get us all together. And, he told us, like, alright, I'm not gonna, like, issue you any, like, citation or anything, because, like, I was a kid once, too, you know, you're having fun. I just recommend doing this in, like, a state park when it's closed. I'm like, damn. And he's like, obviously, I don't advocate for that, but if you're gonna do it, do it somewhere else. I'm like, shit. This guy's cool. This guy's cooler than I thought he would be. Because, like, by the start, you know, like, you can tell when somebody's gonna be cool, but it's like, I didn't expect them to be, like a friend type cool, like, or like maybe not like a friend type cool, but like he was pretty cool. That's all I'm gonna say. Why are there so many of you folks here? Jesus. So we get back in the car, he leaves, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna like let you go. I'm gonna head out like right now, so just take your IDs, figure out whose is whose. I got a shooting to go to because we live in America. 4th of July, somebody's getting shot. Yeah. Shit happens every fucking year. So we're like, oh shit, be careful. Like, we don't want to lose you. You're like one of the cooler cops. We don't want to fucking lose you. So we're like telling him be safe, have a good 4th and shit. And the woman's still there, and she's in her car with her fuck, I don't even know if that was her husband or if it was like some fucking like one of her kids or something, but like I'd be fucking embarrassed if I was her fucking kid. Cause like they have to fucking deal with that shit. Like you just told off a bunch of kids to fucking fuck off or something. Like you could have just told us to like stop and we would have listened. Like we're not gonna be like dicks about it. That's the thing about us, is like we may do stupid shit, but we're not gonna be like dicks about it if you tell us to like not do it. But since she called the cops, we were like, this is justified douchebaggery that we're about to get up to. So she fucking rolls out, and then like when she's driving away, we start fucking waving to her, like, you know, kind of being like little shits. I'm gonna be real, but it was like justifiably like we're being little shits for a good reason. So, you know, we're waving like goodbye and shit to her and like have a good fourth. And then motherfucker puts on the brakes, rolls back the car. A couple of friends duck back behind my car. I'm like, okay. My friend's got his camera out. He thinks we're about to get into like some altercation or some shit. I'm like, oh god. I'm not throwing any punches. I want to see how far this woman will take it. So she comes back and she's like, very mature. Fuck you. We're like, happy 4th. Hope you have a safe drive home. And then like we're all like just kind of like being a little shit still. And then one of my friends is like kind of going off. He's fucking mad. So he's going off. And it's like he's on his own at this point. Like, we don't care. We're like, if you're angry, you go off. You go off. We do not care. You go and do that shit. So then she drives around the corner and we're like waving to her. She waves back, obviously trying to act like she won that argument. Nah, we know you didn't win that. We know you didn't win that. But seriously, how fucking embarrassing would it be to be like the kids in that situation? Because it's like clearly at this point you're defeated if you're being shit on by a bunch of like young fucking adults at this point. Like, you lost the battle. But I guess if this is gonna be a PSA or some shit, I would just recommend and just say, if you're gonna tell kids not to do stupid shit, don't fucking call the police on them, because that's just kind of stupid. You're wasting the cops' time. Like, this cop, you're lucky he was chill, because like, I could tell he was annoyed. Because like, you don't want to deal with like stupid stuff on 4th of July. Like, obviously there are like way bigger reasons to like go after someone, like literally a fucking shooting. Like, okay. Call the cops on me for having some friends in the back of my car. Alright, yeah. Works for me. So yeah, everything was all fine after that. We all had a good laugh. So then we went to the fireworks, which were downtown. And that is when I had an interaction with, I guess what you could say, somebody who is tripped out of their fucking mind. No, I've had experience with people like that before. I've been to New York, I've been to Vegas, I've been... Really, there are a couple big cities where once you go out at night, it's like you kind of have to be prepared for shit like this. I don't even know why I picked these up. It's not like it's... So when you come into contact with people like that, you kind of just have to draw them away. So they were talking to two of my friends, and like, he's clearly like on something. He's not fully all there. He's asking where Jesus Christ is. I'm like, at first I didn't hear him, but then I see like two of my friends are like uncomfortable by this guy, and it's not my first time that I've had to like deal with people who are like weird as hell and like kind of diffuse a situation like that. So I kind of jump at him like, hey man, what you looking for? And he's like, I'm looking for Jesus Christ, like our Lord and Savior Jesus. I'm like, okay, Jesus. I saw a guy, He's holding the cross over by the bathrooms over there. And he's like, thank you, man. And I'm like, good shit. So then he walks over to the bathrooms. Over by the bathrooms were actually police. So I don't know if they did anything about that. I don't think so. He wasn't like doing any harm or anything, but like still like, I don't know. You just kind of have to get people like that away from other people and into somebody who's more trained with that shit. So yeah, then we're heading back and it's raining. It is downpouring. Like, I'm talking like bad. Because we've been in a drought for probably about 2 months now at this point. It was not good. Oh, I have golden carrots. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, like, we're out in this rainstorm and it's like really bad. I did see a cool 2004 Subaru STI though, which was kind of sick. But yeah, so we're out there. It's like, it's downpouring now. We're like, okay, time to get home. You got drunk people on the road. You got people who are high off their ass. You got people who want to get home super quick, so they're like driving in a haste. They're mad. Maybe some of them have had a little too much to you know, 4th of July shit. So we're on the way back, and most of it was actually normal. What I do for my city at least is I head far out to either the east or west, because once you head north, it's like you're kind of going more into the town where everyone's trying to go. So for me, I try and head east or west and try to get out of there as fast as I can. And then I head on back roads the way up. So we did that, and then at like, I don't know if you'd call this like the perfect time, but we're at this this one street which is by a Walgreens, and it's a very memorable street for me because that's where my district building is, like a school district building, and it's like, I don't fucking like that place. So we're there, and this car comes by, and we're like, oh shit, they are flying. And one thing about this road is it goes from a 2-lane to a 1-lane really quick. So they were going way too fast, could not see, could not brake, and smashed into this fucking minivan. Luckily the minivan was parked. However, this car that was driving smashed right into this fucking minivan. And yeah, again, luckily no one was in the minivan, but the guy in the car, fuck. I think he was fine, but his car, no. His car was not fine. So this car's bad. His car's wrecked at this point, and we're just kind of like, uh-oh, that's not good. I tell my friends, like, yo, you see that? This guy just fucking crashed. He was going real fast. And we're like, oh shit. So yeah, I got home then, and then we're like, we're just talking because we had a after party, like kind of like slept over there. So then I get back home at like early in the afternoon the next day, and then I'm like talking to a friend, and he's talking about this car that that hit him and then sped off, like came over to him. He was under the influence of I don't fucking know what, but came over there, dabbed him up 3 times, said, hey, you all good? There's like no damage on the back of your car. I don't have insurance, so like I gotta get the fuck out of here. And he's like, okay, I don't want to get fucking murked tonight, so I guess like have a good 4th that there's no damage, even though another one didn't trust him. So he goes out and checks the back, and there's no damage, so everything's all fucking good. But then this guy drove away, and then I was talking to him like, oh damn, yeah, there was a guy that was like fleeing the scene. He crashed into a fucking minivan. I described the car. It's like this little sedan. It's like a kind of a larger sedan. I couldn't see it very well, but like the color, which was red, and it like matched. So then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, because he didn't look too good either. And then he tells me like, oh shit, because we were right next to each other. I think that was the guy trying to get away. He was trying to flee. He fucking hit my friend's car, drove away, and then proceeded to fucking smash into a minivan, which luckily no one was in. But it's like, how far gone are you that you don't realize, like, hey, after the first time I maybe hit something, maybe I should pull over into a parking lot and maybe chill the fuck out for a little bit. I guess hitting someone the first time didn't matter, so now you have a totaled car with no insurance. So here it's already borderline illegal to not have insurance for your car, let alone when you total somebody else's car and your own uninsured car. Yeah, probably didn't end well. And that was it. That was my 4th of July. So, yeah, kind of like a little bit of a, I guess, boring episode. I guess you could say all we really did was go out, get some wood, for the little village that we're gonna make over there. I have some plans to, make it kind of like an overgrown type village with, like, the wood. Fly over here. Like, kind of have, like, walls of, like, twine or something, like, going around it. Yeah, I didn't really have much planned. It's 12 in the morning right now. I have to get up early tomorrow anyway. Even though I, like, slept for most of the day today, but I want to try getting more videos out. No promises, though. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'll do my best to, but I want to hop back into more tutorials even. We'll see how things play out, but yeah. So now we have the wood. I'm actually going to leave that here for the next time that we come over here. So we're going to just plop that there. So whenever we come over here next, that'll be sitting right there, and we can start building the twine around. Obviously that is not enough wood. I'm definitely going to need to go out and get more actually. So I'll probably end up just doing that. Give me another 2 hours or something. Just go out and get wood. Put on Kelly Clarkson or something and just go ham. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hope everyone else's 4th was at least decent if you celebrate it. If you got something else coming up, have a good holiday for that or whatever. Stay safe, and I will hopefully see you all later. Alright, goodbye everyone.